Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to our meeting today. I'm going to talk to you about ways that you can work with your first grader at home.
Buenas tardes. Gracias por venir a nuestro meeting hoy. Yo soy la señorita Boyer y ella es la señorita Donner y vamos a estar hablando acerca de tareas.
Okay. We're going to talk about language arts and math today. And before I get started, I just want to let you know that all of the first grade teachers work very closely together.
Vamos a estar hablando acerca de lenguaje y matemáticas y antes de comenzar quiero que sepan que todos los profesores de primer grado trabajamos juntos.
Okay. I wanted to stress to you before we go any further about how important it is to have parental involvement at home.
Lo primero que tienen que saber es lo importante que es de tener a los padres envueltos en la casa.
Okay. Ultimately, you are your child's first teacher. We spend a lot of time with them in school, doing as much as we can do, working with them in small groups, one-on-one, in large groups.
Ella dice que ustedes son los primeros profesores de sus hijos y que con ustedes,
Working with them in large groups, small groups,
okay.
one-on-one.
Ellos, los profesores de primer grado, están trabajando en grupos y en grupos pequeños o acerca de uno con otro.
Okay. But ultimately, it's important that you work with your child closely at home and come to us with any concerns or questions that you have.
Pero más importante que usted trabaje con sus hijos en la casa y usar las estrategias que ustedes puedan para trabajar con ellos.
Okay. You have in front of you a language arts packet.
Tiene un paquete de lenguaje.
Okay, and by now all of the first grade classes are working on the third book in their reading selection.
Ahora mismo los estudiantes de primer grado están trabajando en el tercer libro de lectura.
Okay. What you have here are a list of words, and every week we work for 5 days on new spelling words, on a new skill in language arts, and we do a reading selection. On the 6th day, we are tested. And for those of you who are in my class, you know I send home a list of spelling words along with the vocabulary words that your child gets tested on.
Usted tiene una lista de palabras y lo que se hace es que durante 5 días se le enseña al niño las habilidades, esas mismas habilidades, y en el 6º día se le da un examen sobre esas habilidades. Así que ustedes tienen una lista de palabras para trabajar con sus hijos y además pueden también avanzar si el niño ha adquirido esa habilidad.
Okay. And this is quite an extensive list, but it goes over all of the words that we're going to be learning, either decodable words, high-frequency words, spelling words. And what you can do at home is you can make flashcards to help your child to recognize the words. A lot of the words that we learn in first grade, the high-frequency words especially, you're not able to sound them out, so you're going to have to memorize them.
Aunque la lista es extensa, tiene las palabras de frecuencia, tiene la palabra de vocabulario y lo que puede hacer con ellas es hacer tarjetas que le pueda pasar al niño para que él pueda aprenderla. La mayoría de las palabras que son de frecuencia no son palabras que usted puede hacerla fonéticamente, sino que se la tiene que memorizar.
Okay. In addition to just making the flashcards and recalling the words by sight, you can use the flashcards to manipulate the words to make sentences.
Además de utilizar esas palabras para hacer tarjetas o aprendérsela de memoria, también puede utilizar esas palabras para hacer o fabricar oraciones.
By now, your child should be capable of putting words together to make a complete sentence and also being capable of writing a complete sentence, using a capital letter, an end mark where it's appropriate.
Para este tiempo, su niño debería de estar en el estado de que tiene que o puede leer palabras completas y hacer la estructura que comienza con letra mayúscula, que termina con un punto, etc.
Okay. Attached, you'll also find letter cards, and these letter cards are exact replicas of what we do in the first grade classroom. What you can do is you can cut them out, and if your child is struggling with their letter sounds or their letter names, and if they're doing that, if they're having trouble with that now, falling behind. But you can use these to practice letter names, letter recognition, and then you can also use these cards to manipulate the spelling words as well.
Esas tarjetas, le estamos dando esos paquetes para que hagan tarjetas y con esas tarjetas el niño puede aprender las letras, también aprender los sonidos y poder también hacer las palabras que tienen que aprender a deletrear.
Okay. What we do in school is we're spelling a simple word like cat. You can take the letters to make the word cat, and then you can say, change the C to a B. What word did you spell now? Or you can say, find the card that has the B sound, replace it, and different ways that you can help your child to learn spelling.
Por ejemplo, tienen las palabras, las letras en lo que es letra mayúscula, letra minúscula. Puede formar la palabra gato, cat, y esa palabra puede manipularla para hacer otra, cambiarle la B y sería bat, bate, y así sucesivamente.
Okay. And on the last page, you're going to have different ideas. Some of them are geared towards a classroom setting, but some of them can be tailored to do something at home. You can, to enhance reading fluency, you can record yourself reading a story. Your child can listen to it over and over. You can, when you sit down to read books at night, you can read a page, have your child repeat what you read, or you can switch pages on and off.
En la última página ustedes tienen estrategias para trabajar con el niño para tener fluidez de lectura. Usted puede, por ejemplo, leer algo y hacer que el niño lo repita y así de esa manera trabajar sucesivamente con el niño para progresar su lectura.
Okay, one of the other things I want to stress that in addition to your child's homework every night, which they're receiving language arts and math just about every night, you should in addition be reading with your child for at least 15 to 20 minutes a night.
Además del trabajo de tareas o de las tareas que tiene el niño de matemáticas y de lenguaje, usted debería de estar leyendo con su hijo por lo menos 15 minutos en la noche.
Going back to the high frequency words, one of the things that you can do is you can pick out 2 or 3 words that you're working on for that night, and as you read through the story, you can look to find those words in the reading, and then you can reward your child for finding them with something as simple as a sticker or an extra 5 minutes of TV.
Una cosa que usted puede hacer con estas palabras es que de las historias que le está leyendo al niño puede decirle, ok, ¿dónde tú puedes encontrar esta palabra? Y si el niño es capaz de leerla, entonces puedes recompensarlo con un sticker, con una estampilla o algo así.
Okay, and by reading at home, you're trying to help improve your child's reading skills, but you also want to instill the love of reading. So you can read in English or Spanish or whatever language you speak at home.
Y además de leer en su casa, además de hacer que su niño tenga fluidez en la lectura, también usted está fomentando en el niño el amor a la lectura.
I'm going to switch over now to the math packet that we have.
Pueden pasar al paquete de matemáticas.
Okay, and on the first page of the math packet you see a 100 chart. And the 100 chart can be used in many different ways to help your child with math at home.
En la primera parte de matemáticas puede ver la tabla del 1 al 100.
Okay, you can find, I didn't include one for you, but if you Google online, you can Google blank 100 charts, and your child can fill them in. You can practice counting by 2s, 10s, 5s. Also, if your child is having difficulties writing numbers, either reversing the numbers or putting one number first when it should be last, you can use this to help them correct their...
Usted puede Google ir a Google y poner blank 100 charts, right? Y eso le va a dar una hoja como así, pero con partes en blanco, y con esto puede trabajar el niño, por ejemplo, de cada 5, contar de a 5, o poner lo que es los números que hacen falta, y así el niño puede trabajar con ellos.
Okay. One of the skills that is difficult for first graders to understand is 10 more than, 10 less than, 1 more than, and 1 less than. If they have the 100 chart in front of them and they're familiar with it, you can use this to figure it out. If you move up 1 box, you're doing 10 less. Down, you're doing 10 more. To the left is 1 less, and to the right is 1 more.